Hello ladies and gentlemen, Tevaron here, and welcome to some more Eternal gameplay. Still feeling a bit under the weather, but I figured that we'd go ahead and try to get this out. I've been working on tuning the Yeti deck that we tested earlier, and this is the list that I have come up with. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten to play too much versus Argenport Control, which is a large part of the meta right now. I don't know why that is, just the last few sessions that I've done, I haven't really run into it that much, but the list is basically the same. We have made a few changes. We are running still 3 Islands Intervention. This card has been very good and has in fact overperformed for me. We've also gone up to 4 Permafrost because it's just the best removal spell to have in these aggressive decks. Still running 4 Powder Gliders and 4 Snowcrest Yetis. These are our 1-drops. 4 Torch, because Torch is awesome, 4 Champion of Fury, 4 Fearless Yeti, 4 Iceberg Mason, and now we get into some more of the changes. We're up to 3 Rock Slides, because they are also excellent, 3 Cinder Yetis, down from 4, because I don't think we need the full 4, another completely new addition to the deck, if I could speak coherently, is Ruin Crawler Yeti. Summon, kill an enemy attachment. When Ruin Crawler Yeti hits the enemy player, it gets +1 attack. So this allows us to kill opposing weapons. It's kind of a nod towards the Armory and Argenport Control decks that are in the format. However, it's also great versus other decks that are running Permafrost, because Permafrost is an attachment. We can kill that. We can also kill opponents' weapons that they put on their creatures. Still running 4 Wump Party Starter, 3 Slush Dumper, we're up to 3 Obliterates, and I've adjusted the power base sum. We're running 6 Fire Sigils, 7 Primal, because we're much heavier on Primal than we are on Fire, though we do need to get to double Fire for the Champion of Fury, and for Obliterate, though that's a bit later in the game. 4 Seed of Fury, 4 Skycrag Banner, 4 Common Cause. You may notice that we no longer are running Crests or Waystones. They really interfere with what the deck's trying to do, stopping you from playing your things on curve. I've tested several things. I tested the 1 cost. Let's just go back here and pull them up so that you can see them. Yeti. I tested this guy. His power and toughness are just not conducive to doing very well in the deck, and where we're heavier on Primal, needing both Fire and Primal on turn 1 is just not great. Also tested this guy right here, Yeti Windflyer. Just was a little slow and not necessary. I prefer the Yetis that do other things and aren't just able to get in for damage. But anyway, that's enough talking about the deck. Let's play some games. Well, unfortunately, queues are going pretty long this morning. Hopefully, we'll get into a game soon. Alright, there we go. Good deal. This is okay. It's not the most aggressive hand that we could have. Our opponent's on the play. I think we're going to try it. I would really love if we could top deck a dual faction power so that we could give this thing charge. Attacking with it on turn 2 would be very helpful. Either that or drawing a 1-drop on our first draw here. And we got the second thing that we asked for, so that's fine. Alright, looks like we may be up against Argenport Control. There are other Argenport decks that you run into from time to time. That seems to be the heaviest thing on the ladder right now, is the controlling version, with basically... Okay. Well, that was a little weird. Maybe they didn't hit a 3rd power drop? Anyway, but as I was saying, with basically infinite removal spells and weapons, plus Tavrod and Throne Warden. Okay, I think this is perfectly reasonable to keep. We do want to eventually hit a 3rd power so that we can play our Ruin Crawler Yeti. Looks like we're up against Rakano. There's also a couple of 3-faction decks that I've seen lately running Oni Ronin. Question is here, do we want to trade and stop the war cries? If they have a finest hour, that just gets us. Yeah, I think we're not going to block. We're going to hope to top deck a power so that eventually we can play a unit plus permafrost. Can't permafrost that because it has endurance, unfortunately. So maybe we should have attempted to trade, though not really keen on getting blown out by a finest hour. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to try to trade this time. Okay, no finest hour, so we should have blocked the first time, but we didn't know. Right, Sword of Icaria, that's unfortunate. At least it gets used up in that exchange. So this is good. I really would like to be able to play a creature too, but I think it's important to get rid of this guy. So we'll go ahead and kill him and hold up Island's Intervention in case they play a flyer or a 3-cost spell that we can negate. They did not. Alright, I really don't want to play Iceberg Mason because I want to draw a 3rd power, and this would make it less likely, so we're going to play out Champion of Fury and pass. Being stuck on 2 here is not doing us any favors. But the opponent appears to not be doing anything. We appeared to be power screwed, and they appear to be power flooding, so... In general, in card games with resource systems like this, yeah. Screw beats flood as long as you're able to draw out of the screw in time. Alright, we could torch to get rid of that, but this guy does it while advancing our board, so we're going to do that. And save this for actually killing creatures, hopefully. They do have a ton of Warcry if they ever draw... Well, no, I guess this is what most of the Warcry was on, and that's what the next one got put on. So, we can attack in. We can Island's Intervention to pump on defense plus Torch to kill that. I don't know that I want to use up that many resources, but this guy is very problematic, so I think we're justified in doing it. But they are not going to block. Sure. It's probably smart on their part. Let's go ahead and play that guy out now that we've got our 3 power. And we're winning the damage race at the moment. Alright, Hammer of Might. That is very bad. Very, very bad. I don't think we can afford to block, though. So, we've got... Alright, so I was going to debate torching their face, but that seems a better target. Alright, a banner. So, we can keep our guys alive even if they block here. But on the crackback, they're going to put us to 4. We would then put them to 9, which doesn't really put us in a position to be winning, but neither does holding back. I really don't see how we get out of this. The fact that our permafrost can't deal with this guy is very bad. So let's attack. They're kind of obligated to block here. If they don't, they get within range of being burned out, which is bad for us. I would very much prefer that they didn't block. All right. So I think we do have to save our team. Oh, that doesn't even do it. I did a miscalculation there. Yeah, that was bad. Don't know what was going through my mind. I'm going to blame being sick. Not really, I just misadded. I thought I could get that guy up to 9 defense, and I couldn't. He is not the one that gets bigger when we cast a spell. Let's go to 4 and probably die. Yeah, that was a misplay. I don't really think it matters, though. So now we have to hold back to block. Because this guy getting through again just kills us. We will get rid of him. And we're kind of in abyss mode now. Even this doesn't really do it. Yep. And we are dead. We can't kill this. It's not enough damage. Good game. Yeah, I don't really care that you had a torch. It doesn't matter whether you win by an inch or a mile. Alright, this is completely unacceptable. Redraw, please. That's a bit better. Yep. Mason into party starter if we can draw a second primal, which we just did. Excellent. Seems really good for us. Okay, opponent showing Argenport factions again here. Seat of Fury. Sure, let's go with the seat. Go with the Mason. We actually do not want to draw any more powers ever now. Don't really have an appropriate response to that. Yep, you got him. Okay, well, I think we definitely go for Wump. And this is almost certainly the Argenport deck running extracts here. Privilege of rank. Okay, great. Snowcrest Yeti should be pretty good versus this. Okay. They could have Harsh Rule coming up here. I still think it's worth it to play these guys out because Snowcrush will survive a Harsh Rule, and the Mason makes it more likely for us to keep drawing gas, even if it gets killed. Yep, there's the Harsh Rule. So we'll be down to a 2-1. Another Snowcrest, that's fine. Let's play that out. Suspect we've got a Rune Hammer in our future, though. Right, gain a little bit of armor from the Waystone. Oh no, just Tevaron. And that's probably just game over all by itself. Hello, Wump. We just can't afford to be attacking in. This guy is really hard for us to deal with. I think to beat these Argenport decks, we kind of just need them not to draw Tavrod for a long time. Yep, we are getting totally demolished here. This Argenport deck, as I said, is a large part of the meta right now. And we can't really afford to block either because that will keep us from getting in any position where we could potentially win. And we're not going to. Yeah, we just cannot come back from this position here. I'll give it a few more turns, but there is no way we can overcome the situation we're in. Alright, no blocks. Yep, privilege of rank, sure. I sense also, since we haven't seen a rune hammer, maybe we have a Sword of the Sky King in our future, which is even worse. Alright, opponent decides to pass back to us. Well, we can't exhaust that thing because it has endurance, but we might as well play it off the top. Play this out. This may induce our opponent to harsh rule, but I kind of doubt it. If they attack in, we can trade the entire team plus Rock Slide for Tevaron, which I'm sure they're perfectly happy to have happen. I would be in their position. There is the rune hammer. So now we can't trade our entire team plus the Rock Slide for Tevaron. It's only 6 damage. This thing does get pumped. And there is Throne Warden. I considered making a video about this deck. However, I don't have the Shift Stone at the moment to craft another Sword of the Sky King. It runs 3. Maybe if I get up there, I'll do that, but I'm not for certain right now. So does that change anything? Nope, I'm just going to concede. Save our time and their time. Good game, opponent. Alright, I think this is a perfectly acceptable hand to keep, so we will do so. For the past few days, the queues have been really long, taking upwards of 2 and 3 minutes to get into a game, which is kind of unusual. Don't know exactly what's going on with that. Alright, so probably a Stone Scar here. We'll go with this. We have Rock Slide to clear the way. Yep, no blocks. If they don't play another thing, we'll just Cinder Yeti to clear the way. Developing our board further while dealing damage and getting a scout. Slush Dumper. I think that's fine. We have multiple things we can still play even at 3 power, so drawing the Slush Dumper, which is a great finisher, is fine there, I think. Alright, Cinder Yeti of their own. And I'm fine with trading one of these two for a Cinder Yeti. The question is, do we kill both of these? We could just kill the Cinder Yeti and only attack with this. We could do 1 damage here and 1 to their face. Alright, well, since both of these have trample, I'm going to attack first and just see how they block. Alright, that's fine. So we're going to do 1 here and 1 to their face. And the trample will all go through. Or overwhelm in this game is what it's called. You know what? Sure. Infinite 2 and 3 drops sounds okay to me. May be wrong. Fire Maw. Alright, well that makes me sad. So we're going to play out Ruin Crawler and pass. Alright, taking 5. Their top card is reduced in cost. Torch is awesome. So is Cinder Yeti. I really want to play that off the top. Which kind of means I can't attack with this. I think that's fine. Or no, it doesn't, because I get to exhaust that. What am I talking about? Here they come. My brain's not quite working this morning, folks. Another torch. Yeah, I will take another torch. Bandit Queen is bad. So that's 16 damage, which would put us to 1. 6 plus 6 is not enough to kill them. So we have to block. Yeah. And it has to be that one, because this one has Overwhelm. That makes me really sad. This game was pretty close. And now, yeah, even with the block, we're kind of dead. Because I spend both of these to kill this because we can't block it. And then this gets through for lethal no matter what. Because I don't have a second creature. Yep. Yep. Good game. Might have missed something there, but don't feel like I did. Yeah, we can't keep this. It's too slow. That's a bit better. We're going to lead off with the Fire Sigil, see what we draw. This allows us to have a Torch. And if we draw another power that is not Common Cause, gives us a better idea of what it needs to be. We will definitely kill that. Alright, so it has to be Primal. Another Ronin. We need a power here. Didn't get it. Sitting back is not a recipe for winning, so let's attack. Alright, they thought about blocking, just didn't. It's the correct decision. Seeing as how we had nothing else to play this turn. Yep. Warcries may just bury us. We're not having very good RNG here. And that helps. Let's see if we can get them to block this time. Nope. Too smart for that. Well, we do want them to not get any more Warcries. And if we pass, planning to do it on their turn, they do get an additional Warcry, so let's kill that thing. Of course, they could have made a mistake and played another 1 toughness creature before attacking, and then maybe getting the Warcry would have been worth it. But they're showing there that that is not what they would have done. Waiting till after attack to play a creature. So we have to permafrost this. And does holding this back to prevent 1 damage do anything here? Because this tramples over for 4 no matter what we do. Yeah, attack. And that, as they say, is the ball game. Yep, not an incredibly great session that we've had here. I was having some moderate success earlier, but apparently it is not in the cards for us this time. I do think that this version of the deck is superior to the one that we did in the testing video. And if you're going to play YETIS, I would recommend this build or something similar to it instead of what we were running previously. But that, again, is the list. I will have a link in the description to the updated list on eternalwarcry.com if you'd like to look at it there. You can export it in text format and import it into your client. And if nothing changes between now and next time, I plan to feature an updated Praxis list that I've been working on that I feel has been doing pretty good for me in Masters. And hopefully I'll get over this respiratory infection soon and not actually get worse, as I am often wont to do with such things. Fingers crossed for that. Anyway, Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, let me know in the comments, and by leaving a like below, it really does help tremendously. And of course, subscribe if you'd like to see more in the future. I have been Tevaron, and until next time, friends, be excellent to each other.